Here we are for the mind, part 2. How we can adopt new mindsets to help us fast track our progress and improvement as theremin players. And let's just take them alphabetically. Oh, I should say, they're probably going to seem ridiculously simple, and that's because they are. All right, alphabetically, A, B, C, D. A. We can stop our minds from making unproductive and unnecessary comparisons. When I first started playing the theremin, I was a member of a number of theremin forums, and there was a very common thread in all of them. And it went something like, Clara Rockmore was the very best theremin player that ever was, and no one will ever be as good as Clara Rockmore. You will never be as good as Clara Rockmore. Okay, okay. As a matter of fact, years ago I went to Manhattan to participate in the Clara Rockmore Centennial Celebration, and I met someone there who for over 40 years had refused to listen to or watch any thereminist other than Clara Rockmore because no one could ever possibly be as good, surpass her in any way, or accomplish what she did as a theremin player. Okay, so as human beings we tend to measure ourselves against others, but truthfully, Clara Rockmore, only Clara Rockmore was Clara Rockmore. Only Clara Rockmore played like Clara Rockmore, and only Clara Rockmore will ever be as good as Clara Rockmore. You are you. We measure ourselves against others unnecessarily. The only person you ever need to compare yourself to is you. Now that's not to say that we can't watch other thereminists and be inspired by them and learn from their techniques and watch what they do and see if we can do the same thing. That is not measuring ourselves. That's staying open-minded, which we'll get to. So, the only person you ever need to compare yourself to is yourself. Clara Rockmore's dedication and commitment made her the best theremin player that she could ever be. Your dedication and commitment will make you the best theremin player you could ever be. B, for our minds, 2 words that we can tell our minds: stay open. Stay open to everything. Watch everyone and everything. Study everything. Explore. Experiment during your practice sessions. Keep an open mind. There's a reason for that. A good idea and a good technique can come from anything and anywhere. You could just be experimenting on your own and fall into something that really works for you. You can watch every thereminist on YouTube and watch what they do, and you never know what's going to inspire you, what's going to instill something in you that helps you. Keep an open mind. C, and this comes right off of keeping an open mind, because if you keep an open mind and you explore and you look at what others are doing and you try things and so on, you're going to find something that your mind can really thrive on, and it's this: there is what works and what works better. Once you find something that works, you stay with it and you use it to the hilt. Help you to become a better theremin player. But if you keep an open mind, chances are one day you may find something that works better. For instance, I used to have the theremin up here. I used to stand directly in front of it as I am now, and my hands were up here, and that's what worked. I was comfortable, I could play the theremin. Somewhere along the line, that began to feel awkward. It began to feel just like there must be something more comfortable. So I lowered the theremin, and I turned like this, and it worked. It worked better, much better. Keep an open mind. There's what works and what works better. And you always are open to the possibility of finding something that works better. D, motivation. This is a real mindset. What is your attitude toward playing the theremin? How do we create and instill both the will and the desire to practice and play? What is your attitude towards practicing? Do you struggle with it? Is it like, oh, I have trouble fitting this in between all the other things I've got to do during the day? I've got to try to fit this in to the rest of my life. Is it a struggle? Do you look forward to it? Remember how you looked forward to the theremin when you first got your theremin, you opened it up, you connected it up, and that first time you turned it on and you really wanted to see what it was like to play. Do you want to play the theremin? Do you look forward to playing it? Or is it a chore? Like practicing a lot of other instruments kind of used to be when you were a kid. Oh, I have to practice my clarinet. Is it a chore? What's your attitude toward playing? Is it a back burner sort of proposition where, oh, you know, if I can just do this and this and this and this, then I'll have the time. You know what I mean. Only you can answer these questions. Only you know the answer. So take a moment, okay? Take a moment and sit down and really dig deep. What's your attitude toward practicing the theremin? What has your mind built as the foundation for playing and practicing the theremin? How? How do you develop a mindset that gives you the will to practice? How do you develop the mindset that creates the will and the desire to practice? Well, years ago I came up with a solution, a simple solution, and I believe if you follow this, you've got a 99% chance of sticking with it. Here it is. First, always keep your theremin accessible to you in an easy place to work. Set it up, keep it set up, ready to play. Okay, here we go. Developing that mindset. Week 1, set a timer for 5 minutes. Now, come on, we've all wasted more than 5 minutes during the day. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Practice for 5 minutes. And when that timer goes off, bing, stop. No matter what, no exceptions. No matter how much more you want to keep going, stop after 5 minutes. You do this for 7 days. 7 days for 5 minutes only. Week 2, add 2 minutes for a total of 7. Your body and mind will not notice that brief addition of minutes when you're engrossed in playing. It won't register it as being more time. 7 minutes. Set a timer for 7 minutes. When that timer goes off, stop. No matter what, no exceptions, no matter how much more you want to keep playing, stop after 7 minutes. 7 days, 7 minutes. Now you may be thinking, oh, come on, I can do this for more than 7 minutes. I can do 8 or 9. I can extend it. I feel like practicing for 10. If you deviate, you're going to find yourself more often than not getting piecemeal again and letting it slide. Stick with it. 7 minutes, 7 days. Third week, add 2 minutes for a total of 9. And set that timer. Stop when the timer goes off. No exceptions. All right? Week 4, 7 days. You add 2 minutes for a total of 11 minutes. Stop after 11, no matter what. Now, when you've completed that 4th week, that's 28 days that you have practiced every single day. Studies show that it takes us, on average, 21 days to make something into a habit. That is, we want to do it. We do it as a matter of course because it's become a habit. And without it, it feels like something's missing. And you've done that for 28 days. 4 full weeks. Week 5, increase by 4 minutes to a total of 15 minutes. Remember, chances are, after 28 days, it's already become a habit. Adding 4 minutes to 11, your body will probably barely notice that incremental addition of time, and now you'll be practicing for a full 15 minutes every day. And believe it or not, that's all you really need. You can do more. If you want to graduate to 20, go right ahead. And that's what I did actually. Graduated to 20 and then eventually to 30. But 15 is good. 15 minutes every single day is better than a half hour this day, skip 2, an hour here, skip another one, have 10 minutes, oh, I only got 10 minutes for this. You know what I'm saying? The habit works. Now, of course, if you go on vacation, that kind of thing, it's fine. But there you have it. It stands 99% chance of working. And that's it for today. Next time, we're going to do the final mindset, part 3. It's a single mindset, possibly the most important one of all. Don't miss it.